Good morning, everyone. This is audible. So everyone started working on this. I mean, like a phase two activities which we discussed currently. We started working on it. Any queries? In that, do you have any queries to discuss? Or else maybe if you understanding part, if there is something missed, please let me know. Yeah, that is a best practices level. I mean, I have one more scenario for that. Look up. We'll discuss at that time. Okay. In this part, do you have any queries or else some concerns? Please let me know. Everyone created these KPI card visualizations. Is that created? Responses, please. Auto refresh while connecting to the direct query, we have that option. Auto refresh. You can see it. See this? I mean, there itself I have covered, right? While doing the direct query connections, we have an option name called auto refresh. That's what you are not importing the tables into your Power BI desktop application. Okay, you are directly connected. Okay, to backend database. Okay, and whenever if you are trying to perform some data refreshes, it is an automated process. If you are using direct connections, let me show you very quick where the option is available. 1 second. See here. Please observe. Yes. Direct query, right? I'm just trying to connect few tables from the direct query, okay, to one of the database. See here. Maybe I'm just trying to import some tables. Okay. Note. Two tables I'm trying to import it. It's a direct query method. So on the left hand side, you're observing there is no data view. First of all, report as well as the model view. Suppose if you want to do some new calculations like calculated columns, if you want to derive it, it's not possible by using direct query method. That's what we discussed. Maybe I want to get it refreshed in an automated way. So how can we do that? So here, page refresh is there, right? Page refresh. We can try to turn it on. So here we can try to configure auto page refresh, and also we can specify on how many what is the interval, like hours or else minutes or seconds wise. If you want to get it refreshed, we can refresh it. Okay, in the format part. Okay, painter, you are able to see here. Here we have an option name called page refresh. Okay. So we can try to configure whether it is an automatically it needs to be updated. It's get updated automatically. Okay. Maybe I'll just try to select something like seconds, 30 seconds interval. Okay. If there is any visualization, if you design, you no need to perform this data refreshes manually. Or else even if you publish this report onto the cloud, it is an automated process. If there is some changes in the backend database, it instantly reflected on your report also. That is the motto of using this auto refresh. Okay. Here. Clear to you? Is that clear? Everyone, is that clear to you? Gaurav, is that clear? Can you repeat? Okay. It's just a small topic. Okay, maybe the functionality which maybe I missed to showcase to you, but I have informed you. If you are using a direct query method, it is an auto connect. Okay. If there is some changes in the backend database, if there is some addition of your data in the backend database, if you are using a direct query method, it is an automatically get updated. So I have a specific interval. So how can we configure? So here, if I'm using a direct query method, in the format page option, right here, format your page report page, we can configure it. We have a functionality name called auto page refresh. It will be get refreshed. Like maybe I have an interval frequency of 30 seconds, means 30 seconds I can configure, or as maybe minute wise I want to configure my report, the page should be refreshed, means I can configure minute spaces too. Okay, so here we can configure this page refreshes if you're using direct query method only. Please remember, it will works, and you are also able to see this refresh type auto page refresh if you are connecting to the direct query method, not for import method. We cannot see any option for import connection. So we have to do it on manual basis if you're using import method, because you are copying the table from the backend databases to your Power BI desktop application. But here, direct query, we are not copying it. We are directly communicating to the backend database. Okay, that's what we are discussing. Clear now? Fine. So most of the scenarios, okay, we are going to use, because some limitations are there in the direct query method. Most of the scenarios, okay, we are going to make use of import method only. Okay, there are some new calculations if we want to define. We don't have that functionality. And some of the DAX time intelligence functions, like we discussed, right? Data add functions, some of the functions will not work out. And also, if you want to define some new tables, there is no option to do that. Okay. And if I want to do some changes in the query editor, we don't have permission. I mean, like if you're using a direct query, it will instantly ask you that you have to change it to the import method. So some limitations are there if you are using direct query approach. So how can we get rid of these limitations? Means we have to work on the backend database only. If you want to create a new table, we have to create in the backend database part. And if you want to add any new column, have to do that activity in the database level, like that. Okay. If time permits, I will take a sample. Okay. Fine. So see here. So these are the cards which we have discussed, total orders, quantities for this year and previous year. So here where assumption is for 2016, we have a partial data. We're considering the 2015 is the current year and 14 is the previous year. So for that, order, quantity, total sales, and customer this year, previous year has been get calculated. So fine, let me derive one very important visualization. I want to see some analysis over the period of time, okay, over the period of time for total sales, okay. How we are going to derive it? Can someone please help me? Which chart we are going to discuss? I want to see the over the period of time analysis for total sales by data. How we are going to visualize it? Is that again a card or else some bar chart or else a line chart looks fine? You have to tell over the period of time, or maybe line and clustered column chart. Which chart we are going to choose it? Here you are able to see some charts, right? Some different set of charts over the period of time or else time series analysis. Okay. So if you are getting that type of a scenarios in your requirement document, always make sure that either we can go with line and clustered column chart or line chart. So we can project it over the period of time analysis, a kind of a trend report. We discussed on a manufacturing project, if you remember, trend report. Okay. So I'm just trying to take, we discussed it or not, trend report. A separate page I have created for you there. Trend report. So see here, in this scenario, I'm taking a line chart, and x-axis, which field we are going to consider? X-axis, this is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis. Trend report, x-axis, which field we are going to consider? Date, okay, not getting any responses, so that's why I'm taking the date. And total sales. We already calculate total sales. It's a trend report. Over the period of time, from 2013 to 2016, this is the number. Okay, these are the values. And if you want to see some hierarchy, like as of now, the year-wise analysis, and if you want to navigate, drill down the data to the next level, we discussed already this about parent with a child. Okay, expand all level, all down one level. That means I want to see the parent, which is an year, along with that quarter. And still, if you want to navigate, drill down one more next level, we can see the analysis in this way. Okay, parent as well as child information. That is a sub hierarchy. If you want to observe the statistics all together, we can make use of double connected here, double down arrow with connected. Okay, you know this one, right? Drill up. And this one, if you can try to turn on this drill down method, you can directly select on the chart itself. Chart. Understood? These are all we discussed. I'm just giving a quick references to you. Okay, fine. So as of now, it is a hierarchy. Fine. Suppose if I don't have any hierarchy, I'm changing to the continuous date. Is this visual how it looks like to you? Is that understandable? If I'm not projecting as a continuous hierarchy, year to the quarter, quarter to the month, month to the date. If I'm showcasing the continuous day-wise analysis, see here, it's an each and every day. And however, if I place my cursor on the chart, see here, line chart, it's a day-wise analysis, each and every day statistics. Hope you're following. Day-wise stats. Okay. So rare condition only we will make use of it. Okay, not every time. Rare conditions only. But there is nothing is there to take some decisions according. It's a clumsiness, right? The line has been, it's a pointed, every point. These are all the data points. There is no use to showcase such type of a visualization. Okay. It's a continuous dates. Say maybe if they're interested on this type of a charts, we can design something like some another analysis, like only year we are going to consider, or else maybe the month we are going to consider, something like this. See here, instead of projecting as a continuous hierarchy, we can showcase only the month, okay, individually, particular field like this. This chart gives to take some decisions from the customer point of view. Okay, don't visualize continuous days, something like this. By default, anyway, it is coming here. See this? This is the one. So we have to visualize within hierarchical order. Okay. Remember, these are all very important points in the real time. So don't showcase with the continuous date ranges. Okay. Fine. Fine. See here. Important. Please observe. Yeah. So we are trying to design the phase two analysis. So this is the total sales. If you are observing this title of this, we are navigated up to the month level, year, quarter, and month. So this is the analysis. Fine. But my end user, okay, this is the total sales value, correct? Total sales by year information as well as the month-wise analysis we are observing in same chart. But the thing is, suppose my end user, if we can start giving some discounts, okay, if we start giving some discounts on the sales part, like a 20% discount, 30% discount, he want to see the statistics, okay, whenever he want to see the statistics, current total year sales, okay, current year wise total year, that means this line he want to observe. Parallelly, along with that, after 20% discount, he want to analyze one more line on the top of it. Okay, with the discount, he want to see the total sales. Without discount, that means the current line, which you are observing current line, he want to see that analysis in parallel. How we are going to do that? Understand? Currently, we are displaying in the line chart current total years sales over the period of time from 2013 to 2016, the line which you are observing here. Suppose if we can start discounting with 10%, 20%, how the line is, okay, what is my sales? He want to do his stats. Always we cannot create a measure, right? So we have to provide a flexibility to the customer, a kind of a parameter. We have to define a parameter. He can himself navigate it. So maybe if we can provide 20% of discount. So this is my current year, current sales. After 20%, this is my sales. He want to do his own analysis in this way. How we are going to do that in our this line chart part. Understood? Line chart as of now, this is the total sales only. After 20%, 30%, what is the total sales? So we have to create some parameters to differentiate 20%, 10%, 20%, 30%. We have to provide that parameter analysis in this layout itself, how we are going to project it. Understood? The concept is clear, how we are going to do that, what is expected from the customer point of view. Customers, stakeholders, if you can showcase this visualization, this is fine. Total sales over the period of time we are visualizing. But if they're expecting what if I can provide a 10% of 10% of discount, what is my total sales? If they're asking this type of questions, we cannot again create a measure and try to visualize it, right? We have to provide a parameter here where they can try to do their analysis themselves. Like a 10%, this is my total sales. After 10%, existing sales also we have to visualize it. How we are going to do that? Such type of an analysis. Please focus here. To do that parameter creation, we have two ways, okay? One is the Power Query Editor. We discussed about the parameters. You remember? While working on the best practices part, there is a parameter concept, the Power Query Editor, right? Here, this concept is completely different. Manage parameters, new parameter. So here the expectation is on the Power BI desktop level, we need to provide a feature to the customer point of view. They himself have to change the slider like a 10% of discount. This is my total sales. After discount 10%, this is my total sales. I want to visualize in Power BI desktop level. So where we are going to create a parameter on Power BI desktop. So the option is available on the modeling tab. Click on the model tab. Here we have one more parameter concept. So you will get an certification level question. Is this both modeling level parameters and query editor level parameters are same? Yes or no? That query level parameters is completely different on the data part. And this part, which we are discussing now, Power BI desktop level, this is completely discussing as a part of the feature for the customer point of view. We're going to use this new parameter. Okay, that is completely different. On the data level, you're going to use it. But here, as a part of a functionality to the point, I mean, customer point of view, we are going to derive it. Okay, modeling part, new parameters. So what is the point here to derive this new parameter? I want to provide, if I can give a 10%, what is my current value? After 10%, what is my value, total sales value? I want to see that stats, the same visualization. I want to provide a functionality to my customer. So how we are going to derive is, this is the approach. Click on this modeling, new parameter, try to use. So there are two options, numeric range as well as the fields. I will tell you what is the difference here, numeric range as well as the fields. Recently added this field option. This one is recently added field option. But most of the time, see here, we will try to make use of numeric range. So I want to define a range here. So maybe some zero discount to the 100% discount. I have to define the range here. Okay. So 10%, 20%, these are all the numbers, right? Numeric range I have to specify. There is one more condition in the parameter part that is recently added, fields. So what is this fields? We will discuss it later. So two options. So numeric range, because I want to provide a discount of 10%. So I want to define the range here. So numeric range, give the parameter name. So I'm just trying to provide it as a sales discount increase, something like this for understanding part. And this data type, it's not a whole number. I'm just trying to provide it as a decimal number from 0.0, 0.12 minus, let's try to do it from the minus 0.12, 0.1. Okay, that value I'm just trying to provide from, or else negative value instead of that. Positive only we will provide it, no problem. We'll give it as a positive number. Everyone following, right? Parameter where it is available. Please see here. Modeling tab, new parameters, numeric range. The fields has been recently added as a part of preview feature. So we can try to turn on this one. Okay, just try to select it. You will get a dialog, numeric range. We have to specify the range of parameters. So what you are expecting. Okay, I'm just trying to define it here, parameter name. Clear, right? Important. One second. Sales discount. Okay, I'm using a decimal number, not a whole number, decimal point of view. 0 to maybe 0.5, something like this. And increment with 0.05. Okay, so it will be get added like a slicer to this page. So we are trying to define the range. So why you are defining the range? My end user, right? Suppose if you want to see the analysis for 10% of discount or else 20%, I want to provide a slider kind of a functionality, slicer. Okay, double slide slicer. Like we discussed on the date range, right? We will get it as a double side slider. Either from the left hand side, we can slice the data or right hand side. But if you are defining a parameter, we will get one side slider, that is left hand side slicer. Okay. Add slicer to this report. This parameter, it will be get added in the form of a slicer. So I'm not providing any default value. So get started from 0.1 or else something. I'm just making it as a blank. So it will take it as a 0 to 0.5. Select OK. See here, it will be get created in the form of a slider in your visualization canvas. Just add it here. I'm just trying to adjusting this, please. See this 10%, 15%, so 0.15. So 0.20 means 20% of discount. 0.25, 0.25 means 25%. I have to multiply with 100. Okay. You're seeing any interaction with this line chart to this slider. We are trying to provide a functionality to the customer point of view. So instead of always creating some measures with 10% discount or 20% discount, I am providing a feature to the customer. He can himself on his own, he can try to change it. Slicer point, see here. So 15%, let me multiply with 100 also so that it will get clarity. 30%, 35, 40 and so on. Okay, 5% increment I'm provided. See here, I'll just try to multiply instead of 0.40. I want to multiply with that number with 100. So see this slider, multiply with 100. Just select it. You provided the calculated, right? Select it. Remove the decimal points. 40%. Observing. So I have provided up to the 50 only, 50%. So 50% sales discount, something like that I have provided. Zero discount means this is my line. So if you can start providing some discount with 5%, I want to see my current total sales as well as after 5% discount. Here itself, I want to visualize with 5% discount my sales value, both parallelly, so that he will get compared. Understood? So to get this done, how I created? Go to the modeling. Here we have a concept name called new parameter, new numeric range. Please try to make sure that you are going to use numeric range, not the fields, because we are trying to pass the ranges. So from 0 to 0.5, I have added the range, if you are observing. See here, 0 to 0.5, just like a calculated table. If you feel that, it's just a calculated table. So their backend, it is generating a function name called generate series. Okay, generate series. And the starting number is 0. We have provided the 0 is the minimum value. Maximum is 0.5. Incremented value is 0.05. So backend, it is just created in the form of a calculated table. Everyone following, or else you feel that a little bit tricky or else a complexity? Yeah. Responses, please. Important functionalities. So that's why I just want to share this analysis with you. So how these numbers are coming here, 0%, 5%, 10% means, just now I have multiplied with 100, the sales discount. I just multiplied with 100. Previously, it was like a 0.00, 0.5, 0.10, 0.1, 0.15. I multiplied with 100 here. Everyone following, or else any clarities, or else something is missing? So created a parameter and I have added in the form of a slicer in my visualization. Still, whenever if I'm changing some change of discount, this chart has to be add one more measure. Okay, until that we have to, I mean, there is no interaction or else something. So currently we are observing the total sales value, but I haven't created by utilizing the created this measure. So which you are observing whenever I'm trying to change, it should be changed, right? So we have to create a measure. So just try to create a measure using this one, okay, this parameter, giving the name as sales discount, sales after discounted value. Okay, something like we have the measure, right? 1 second. Total sales, okay, minus total sales into this measure. I'm just trying to pass it here. Okay, there is a measure, right? If you're observing, whenever once you created this parameter, a column has been get created. Let me showcase to you one more time. See this? Once you created this particular parameter, just like a calculated table, and this is the information which is the column. Along with that, there is a measure, sales discounted value. So selected value of sales discounted value. This particular measure I'm trying to invoke to my new calculation. Okay, sales discount value. Okay, so here, so multiplying with sales discount value. Validate it, validate. Okay, this we are aware of it. Total sales, I'm subtracting with the total sales into sales discount. This measure I'm trying to calculate it from the which from the parameter point of a sales discount parameter. So just try to add this measure onto your canvas. Okay, this visualization, drag and drop. So with the 10% of discount, you are observing your total sales value as well as your after discount. So I just use the minus subtraction. So that's why after discount it is showcasing minus. Suppose if you can try to add, okay, maybe my calculation is I want to see the improvement of my sales. If I provide 10% of discount, if I can add plus, okay, addition, you can see your right statistics. Total sales, which you are observing the light blue color, after discount of 10%, after discount of your 10% of sales, you are observing the dark line. See this? Total sales value, current value, and after discount 4.9, that is the value. Okay, with the 10% of discount, the sales has been improved. Okay, it's not a minus, plus. So in this way, instead of again and again creating a new measure with the 10% of discount, 30% of discount, we can create a parameter where the business owners, okay, the end user himself, he can change it. He can do that analysis himself. Okay, we are providing this functionality by using a parameter concept. So which is available on the modeling tab, new parameter, range. Here. You want me to showcase one more time or else is that clear to you? How to get this done, how you created this measure? Is that clear or else you want me to showcase one more time? Like that, maybe if there is 20%, you can see the analysis. That is the total sales as well as sales after discounted value. Current sales is maybe if you can start increasing the discount of it 20%, you can see the total sales value is 3.1, 3.9 million. And after discount 4.7, which has been increased. Okay, that type of a statistics, that type of a numbers, I mean, without creating any new visualization or else a chart, we can showcase to the customers. Okay, clear? One more time. Okay, 1 second. I will showcase based on the quantity. Is that fine? As of now, total sales is okay. I will showcase the similar example by using a quantity. Is that clear? Maybe my quantities has been get improved. How is my total quantity value as well as after increasing of the quantity with a 10% okay discount, what is my total quantity, whether it is going to improve or else decrease. Got it? And the quantity point I will discuss that. Clear? See this. I'm showcasing one more time. See here. Let me take a line chart again. In this page, I'm just trying to project it with quantity. Please observe. Total quantity. So this is the total quantity value, correct? Yes or no? Suppose if my business owner, he can start discounting on the quantity as well with the 10%, 20%. How the value? Okay. So as of now, current total quantity value you are observing. If we can start providing some discounts on the quantity as well, how? Okay, if they can start increasing the quantity value with 10%, 20%, whether the total quantity is going to increase or decrease. I want to showcase that analysis. Okay. Each and every time we cannot create a measure with 10%, 20%, 30%, a measure and try to add your visualization. We have to provide a functionality to the customer where they himself or else herself, they can try to do the change. Okay. If they can start giving some discounts on the quantity with the 10%, 20%, he want to observe their, he or she want to observe their total quantity value along with percentage of discounted value. Understood? To get this done, we have a concept name called parameter creation. We know in the query editor, there is a parameter concept. It will not work the same parameter concept on the Power BI desktop. There is a functionality in the Power BI desktop level in the modeling. We can set the ranges. So here the numeric ranges from 0 to 100% or else 0 to 50%. We can set the ranges. Okay. So how we are going to do that? So the option is available on the modeling tab, new parameter, numeric range, select it. So I'm just trying to give some name like this, increase of quantity. Okay. And giving the data type is a decimal number. You can give it as a whole number also, but 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1. That means 0.0% to the 100%. And the value should be increased with 0.1. Okay, this is also works, whole number, 0 to 1. So I'm just trying to add it as a slicer. Okay, slicer point of view. Either you can go with the whole number 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1 with the increment of 1 like this, or decimal number means we can try to provide the decimal number means 0.0 to 0.1, something like this, and increment value is 0.01. Okay, each and every value which will be get increased with 0.01. So 0% to 100%. The meaning is 0% to 100%. Incremented value I have provided with 0.01. This is clear up to this part. How to define the parameters? What is the range? Up to this part is clear to you, everyone? I'm just coming up with another scenario for the quantity related increment. Okay, if the 10%, 20%. So previous example I have provided with 0 to 0.5 only, correct? 0 to 0.5 percentage. But is this time 100% up to 100% providing for that 0.1. And the increment value is 0.01. Okay. Please observe either that's fine. 0 to 0.0, that is fine. This is maximum value is 0.1. So just try to add it. Add this as a slicer on your visualization canvas. It will be get added as in form of a slicer. See this, a single slider. Once you created a parameter, a slider, you already have an option, right? It will be get added to your canvas. So see this, these are the numbers 0.2, 0.3, which I have provided as a 1% increase. See this? And is there is no interaction between your chart and as well as this slicer. So once you created a parameter, right, automatically it will create a table, a calculated table. So increase of quantity, generate series. Let me navigate to the data view so that you will be very good clarity. Generate series 0 to 0.1, and the value it will be get increased to 0.01. So these are the values. So it's just like a calculated table. So a column will be get created. So increment of 0.01, and a dedicated measure, the selected value of dedicated measure of this field, increase of quantity will be get created if you use a parameter creation numeric range. So this particular measure, we are going to incorporate on the new calculation. Okay, this measure is required. We have to make use of this created measure so that whenever if you can try to drag to the slider to the next point, the visual will be get interacted. Otherwise, no. Okay, you have to make use of this measure. Okay, so how we are going to create it? See here, new measure. Click on the new measure, giving the name as increase of quantity is equal to total quantity. Okay, total quantity plus addition. Okay, total quantity into the measure which we are currently discussing, sales after, increase after discount, right? Measure. We have to incorporate that measure. Okay, value. 1 second. This one, increase of quantity value. This measure we have to incorporate into the new calculation. Okay, don't forget. Following, right? Or else any queries, please let me know. This calculation is clear. This is something like why you are using always total quantity plus total quantity means. See here, it's just a calculation related to, right? There is a dedicated functionality y is equal to mx plus c. There is, this is my constant, total quantity is my constant, and the measure which I'm trying to use, x is nothing but the new calculation which I'm trying to incorporate. Okay, y is equal to mx plus c. This is the normal general example for any type of addition, or else maybe if you want to add some calculation. So I'm just trying to perform the similar way. Total quantity is my constant value plus total quantity into the created variable, which is a parameter I'm trying to invoke here, passing here. Okay, quantity. It's a quantity. total quantity plus sure. Okay, validate it. Validate it. This particular new measure, right? You have to drag and drop onto this feed here. Just try to drag and drop. So you can see the total, difference. That is the total quantity is one line. So total quantity, that means existing total value. After discounted value 0.0, that means 90 percentage. This is your line. So just try to multiply this. Okay, instead of 0.09 is the value, multiply with 100. That's what I did. Okay, select your value, that is the increase of quantity, multiply with 100. So that you will not see that decimal point 0.09. You will get it in the form of 90% or else 10% is something like that. Okay, validate it. Okay, 9% something like this. See here. Understood? Or else any questions here? Is that clear? Everyone, try to respond. I'm just using something like this. Okay. Maybe I have to add some more. Okay, 0.5, I will add it. Okay, increment. So this is the process to get generated from, whenever if you can try to change the parameters, right, the value will be get invoked. Okay, the pass of total sales value after discounted value, we can observe the stats. Okay, so here I have added with 0 to 0.5. Maybe I want to see the 100% of discount. If you can start providing 100% of discount, we have to change it here. That's it. Fine, thanks. There is some disconnect. Can you hear me? Everyone, can you please respond in the chat? Can you hear me? There is some disconnect. Fine. So that is the process. So I hope it is clear that functionality part. So what if parameter analysis? Still any clarities, please let me know on that part. If you need any clarity, please let me know. So I have showcased with two examples, one with the sales quantity, sales amount, as well as another one is total quantity wise, we can get it improved. So on this part, if you have any clarities or something required, please let me know. So tomorrow, right, on the top of this phase 2 report development, this page name, I'm going to change it to the sales view page. And the another page, which I already created one chart, this page, another page, I'm going to create it as a quantity view page. Okay, two pages, I'm just trying to project it. Okay, two pages. This page, I will rename it as a sales view and this one as a quantity view. So the functionality point of view, instead of visualizing, okay, and navigating from the customer, two different pages, sales view and the quantity view page, how we are going to navigate, okay, from the same page, from the sales view page to the quantity. That means page navigation is a going to concept, one more concept, which is very important, okay. So from single page, we have to navigate it to the another page. We don't want to select it like this. We don't need to select it in this way manually. Got it? So we have to observe. We are going to showcase to the business owner. This is the page. And from this page, they have to navigate it to the another page by using buttons. Okay, important. How we are going to do that activity, we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Up to this part, again, I'm asking, do you need any clarities or else any concerns on the topics that we discussed? At the certification level, we will not get any question on this parameter, but we'll get this kind of requirements on this business requirements. Okay? We'll get this requirements. Certification part, we will not get any questions on parameter, but we will get business requirements. Okay? Clear? Fine. And if there is any questions or else concerns, please let me know. Please raise your hand so that I will get to know. So page navigation, bookmarking is the points, okay, bookmarking, and also the hierarchy. So see this, observe this one. Whenever, if I'm trying to drag and drop for the date field, we are getting some hierarchy, year to the quarter, quarter to the month, month to the day level. Suppose I want to visualize it for the categorical fields, like some other categorical fields, how we are going to get it as a hierarchical order, like from state to the cities, cities to the towns, and so on. How we are going to get it? Country to the states, states to the country, states to the cities, and cities to something like a minor point of it, lower drill through towns. How we are going to get it? That kind of an hierarchy for other fields, okay, other than this date. So it's very simple. So see here, we already have the state information to write. State provinces are there. So say state province name, I'm going to add it. And city, we'll just try to add it here itself so that we will get some hierarchy. Okay. Let me take some other chart. Maybe I'll just try to utilize this. Let me drag and drop total sales. Total sales. And here, I'll just try to add a hierarchy. So state to the city name. And still, if you want to go to the next level of information, we have to add the fields. Okay. There is not a big deal. So as of now, we are observing this state province wise. These are all the states. I want to see the data for the next level of hierarchy. I can turn on this and select this. Any particular New York, I select it. So these are the city names. Okay. Don't confuse. The hierarchy is something like For the date, it will be get automatically added. For if you are trying to project the hierarchy for other fields, other categorical fields, we have to add manually in this way. Okay, manually we can try to add it. Fine. Clear. Or maybe if I'm working on the same table part, I want to showcase a hierarchy. In the same table, I want to visualize it in a hierarchy. Example, state province is there. See here, state province table, state province table. So I want to visualize a hierarchy of state province name, first quote, state province quote, next name of it, and sales territory. Okay, these are the fields I want to visualize as an hierarchical order. Okay, instead of drag and drop these three fields like this, see this. Instead of drag and drop manually like this, okay, state province code like this. We are getting the hierarchies, right? And the sales territory, one more like this. Instead of manually drag and drop like this, we have a functionality on the top of this table. Okay, see here, if you are trying to provide a hierarchy on the same table, please remember, instead of drag and drop those three fields separately, individually, we can try to create a hierarchy. Okay, here itself, select it, right click on the top, right click. We have a functionality here, create hierarchy on the same table. It will work on the same table. So what are the fields? So here we have to add the fields. That's it. Just try to add, I'm expecting this sales, this one, this particular one, or else maybe we can edit it. That option is also available. Select. We can add these fields all together. Okay, hierarchical fields. Add it to the hierarchy. And this one also, I'll just try to add it. Quote territory, sales territory. Right click, add it to the hierarchy. So those three fields, I can just try to drag and drop alone here. Okay, these three fields, quote, name, sales territory. If you are working on one table with hierarchy, this functionality will work. If we are trying to provide a hierarchy on multiple tables, we have to drag and drop manually. Okay, important. Okay, hierarchical feature is important. Sometimes, if you want to visualize and navigate to the lowest level of data, we have to use hierarchical approach. Within the same table, we can derive a hierarchy. If you want to visualize on multiple tables, we have to drag and drop each and every individual fields from that separated tables. Clear or else not clear? Responses, please. So this is the hierarchical order. First, it's a quote. Next level of hierarchy is name of it, and the territory. So I'm just trying to select the territory that is a MIDI is only available for this province name, state province name. Clear? Any questions? Is this clear? Hierarchy. Response, please. Is this clear? Everyone. Simple concept, but important. The thing is, other tables, we will not get it as a hierarchical order in this way. So it's the same table, right? I can easily drag and drop after creating a hierarchy. Suppose if it is a multiple tables, manually I have to drag and drop. Maybe after the cities, state table, I have a city's name in some other different table. I have to drag and drop here. Okay, there is no hierarchy. I cannot add a hierarchy underneath of state territory. Okay, underneath of this. So I just added manually here. So I can navigate it. If you want to drill down, we can navigate it to the state information, city information. See this. This is the lowest level. Got it? Any questions up to this part? Any questions? Fine. I'm stopping up to this part, and as I said, tomorrow, right, we will get created the page navigation between these two pages. Okay, let me give it right away. This is the sales view. And tomorrow, right, for this page, we are going to navigate it, okay, one to another, quantitative view. Okay, fine. I'm stopping my screen sharing. If you have any queries, other queries, or else any other topic discussion, please let me know. Any other queries? Any topic discussion? Tomorrow also I'm going to connect Saturday, right? Tomorrow we are going to connect. Please join, okay? Yes, next week we are going to complete it. Tomorrow I'm going to connect it. Okay, we are going to discuss few more Saturday. Next week, maybe before Saturday or on Saturday, I'm going to complete this discussion. Yes, fine then. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. Please connect tomorrow. Okay, don't forget. We are going to discuss some functionalities and also the drill through mechanism. Please connect in tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you.